Hi guys. Now, thank you so much for coming back, or welcome if you're here for the first time. This is TheSirenSayz, my commentary channel where I speak about movie, TV, and soon to come books, and everything I like, dislike, and all throughout in between those frames of media. Disclaimer, these people are not real, okay? So if we tend to have a little bit of passion, it is what it is, okay? Also, Tyler Perry, you don't know what you're doing here. You don't know what you had with this story, what you had with these women, because they're all a monolith, right? They're all practically the same person, just with different levels of attitude and spice. They're literally all the same person. Just one is a little bit nicer than the other, and then there are different levels of spice. That's literally it. And I'm kind of sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the narrative, but we're gonna keep going because we have to finish this out, right? Got a comment on my last video saying that my suspicions were correct and that the new boys will be taking over the old boys, and what they said, I don't know if it's completely correct because some of the people they named don't really make sense. They said the detective, which is Logan, Calvin, Bio, and Preston will all be leaving. Here's what doesn't make sense to me. Why is Aaron not leaving? Why is Gary not leaving? These are two important men of the guard that should be stepping away as well. I don't want Preston to leave. I don't. You know, as much as I be talking crap about Danny, in the back of my head, I don't want Preston to leave. But it is what it is at the end of the day. What I will be saying though is I don't really care for the switching of the guard. Okay, I see more of the men, I just care a lot less. Like I said before, the only person I'm interested in, the only person who, you know, will get a piece of me, will get the softened version of me, the only person who my heart is open to in terms of, okay, I'll give this man a chance, is Rich. I don't really care about Jordan. Okay, and the more people like Tony talk about Jordan, I'm just like, what did I say? I'm so glad I was correct, because, you know, you could say that there's no way that I was correct because there's just a level of like, oh, you didn't see enough of this character to know anything about them. Okay, but what did I say? Number one, I said that he cannot handle Andy. I said that. I said that he's too weak, and that it would definitely seem like somebody like Gary could run all over him. And what did Tony say about him today? That he is nervous, he has no game, all of that. He tried to put it only towards the idea that, oh, this is how it is with him and other women. But I'm thinking this is him in daily life, and that for some reason he needs his two other friends to be able to accomplish anything. I don't think Andy needs somebody like that. How you gonna go from Robin, alright, somebody who doesn't need anybody but himself to accomplish greatness, to Jordan, who needs two buddies to convince him to go on a date? That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, I'm kind of going all over the place, but personally, the new men, I'm not feeling them. I'm not feeling them really. I really am not feeling them. I think that, you know, if it is that the old men are going to be gone, I don't really know why the person commented that in terms of like, what is that supposed to do for me? It's not going to soften me up. Here's the issue with it, and I'll say this and then we'll just get into character by character. The issue with all of these new men is not that they're here. It is when they were placed and how they were placed. The writing. They were written in terribly, so how am I supposed to care? The only reason I care about Rich is because Sabrina's love life is at such a terrible wit's end that I'm just ready for anybody who ain't Calvin. I'm just like, okay, anybody who's not Calvin, just walk in. You know what I mean? But no, everybody else gotta get one too. You know what, so let's just get into Danny and them first. She rushes out to see him, pulls up the same time as him. They have this stupid conversation where Tony just eviscerates his own friend, trying to make it seem like he got better game. Like, nigga, you don't got better game than Jordan. Like, what? Whatever. So he's talking to Danny, and you could say that they have banter. I don't want to say it because I personally do not like them together. But I don't like them together, but I guess for people who ship them, you could say this is their banter, which is them being completely unserious for 5 minutes straight. I don't like them together, guys. I don't. Even if Preston moves on or is deleted from the show, I still won't like him. It's an unfortunate reality. I won't like them, so you're never really gonna see me say, oh my god, that was so cute. Like, even if she breaks up with Preston and, you know, lets it go, I still won't like it. I think that they're quite boring together, in my personal opinion. There's nothing exciting about it. When she finally sleeps with him, because you know she will, it won't give me any fuzzy feelings. I don't think there's anything Tony could say that would, like, you know, like how when Preston says certain things, you're like, oh, Preston. Tony does not give me that. He doesn't. So I don't care. But of course, Preston pulled up, and you know, he's asking all the right questions, right? He's not mad at this guy because he knows Danny, but he's hoping that this guy will be honest to a certain extent. But because he wants Danny so badly, he's pressing up on Preston like, we just work together, man. Stop. Just tell him that you want Danny and let it be that. Tyler Perry, I don't need 5 episodes of Danny choosing, like, decide, should I do it for you, Preston? Should I be with that? Should I be with no, we don't need that. Just have Tony air her out, right, and then be there afterwards because he likes her or whatever, and have Preston leave with whatever is left of his dignity, because you're really trying to destroy it at this point. You're really trying to destroy it. I don't understand, Tyler. Next, the whole Sabrina and Maurice thing, being scared, I didn't really care because I knew that he was just going to tell them that, you know, it's done. Let me go on Maurice for 5 seconds. What is wrong with him? How did he get a job at a bank? I asked this a long time ago. You can go back to my videos to see. Tyler would want us to think that Maurice knows how to code switch, which is how he got the job at the bank, right? And you saw it in the earlier episodes. He knew how to code switch a little bit, right? Like, talk not ghetto. Talk not ghetto. Talk no jutsu, talk no ghetto, okay? But now it's because he went to prison. He's frazzled. That's why he can't seem to control himself. What? This man is disrespectful to somebody who is telling him that he's free. And he's like, what this motherfucker said to me? I said, the guy was like, huh? What did you say? He's like, bro, shut up. If you don't have anything sensible to say, shut up. I really can't. And let's just get into the future a little bit with Bio. Tyler, what? Why can't you just let Bio just go? Why does he have to come back and then, like, nullify all the points that people could have said that he had by him calling Sabrina out her name? I already said that I don't want them to be together, so I'm not a hypocrite, right? I'm okay with Bio leaving. I just think that Sabrina was in the wrong. What is the point of having Bio come in here and call her a bitch? What's the point of that? That just makes him as bad as Calvin, in my personal opinion. So if for any reason you try to resurrect the Calvin thing, just know he gotta leave like Bio gotta leave. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because Sabrina is judgmental. She is. I don't know why you try to validate Maurice and Sabrina by validating their terrible behaviors, by making the person that they're up against worse than them. That doesn't make any sense. The one thing I'll give Calvin, right? And I don't like Calvin like that. But the one thing I'll give him back in the day when him and Sabrina were going back and forth is that he said that she was super judgmental. And he was correct about that. Now, of course, we as the audience didn't really care because some of us did not want them together. So we didn't care if she was judging him. She should judge him. He's sus. But right now, it's like, oh, just gross. I'm almost done here, guys. But just to finish it up, I just don't like them together. I don't. And I don't appreciate what Tyler was doing in that situation. I don't appreciate that scene. I'm not going to defend Bio, no, but I'm going to say that the writing was terrible. And it sets a precedent. So Tyler, if the African diaspora comes after you, you know what you did. And it's well deserved. Okay, next. Fatima and Zach. I don't really like this season's Fatima in terms of when she's alone with Zach. Like when Zach said, I thought I was the irresponsible one, I sighed a deep sigh of sadness. Because Tyler really is trying to make Fatima the one who's not sensible. Like the more that he fleshes her out, the dumber she becomes. Like she was this mysterious, smart woman who had some mafia connections but knew how to use them to solve problems. Now she's saying, sometimes you don't need to go the legal route, sometimes you need to go illegal. What? Fatima, you work in a law office. Why do you remove your brain so you can become as dumb as Zach? Just because you're feeling emotional about a little boy. This is what I was saying in the last episode. The fact that they were telling that little boy that, oh, you go stay here with me. As if Fatima doesn't know how family court works, at least at a base level. Excusez-moi? Stupid. Nobody likes that. Stupid. Horrific. That was just so dumb to me. Zach spoke with his baby mama. It's not going well. Apparently, whoever she spoke to at her strippers club told her not to sign the documents even though she was going to. So now she gonna try and fight Zach for the money. Okay, we'll see how that go. I just really think Fatima should leave because this is about to get very dramatic, and I hate that now parts of the drama that's going to be happening is going to be because she don't know how to control herself. This is what I'm talking about. I don't like that. It's weird. Next, Karen and Pam. Tyler, for real? That ugly man is what Pam is attracted to? Yeah? Okay. Thank God Karen wasn't attracted, because sis, you was not gonna leave Aaron and then get with Mr. Contractor. That dead that immediately. But okay. It's gonna cost a lot of money, so there's gonna be something going on with that. She's claiming that she's not gonna be with anybody, but we know how Karen is. This moment of calm and zen will end very quickly. We just need to see how that will end. Okay, next. Oh my god. Andy. She's a little bit upset, as in the previews, with Jordan, to the point where when he does get the balls to call her, she doesn't want to answer. And this is why I say bring Robin back. Here's what you did wrong, Tyler. You could have introduced somebody who was a lawyer. Here's what you should have done. If Robin was not supposed to be the end goal, here's what you should have done. You should have introduced a lawyer who didn't have as much swag as Robin, who didn't have as much je ne sais quoi as Robin, who's not as rich as Robin, who's not as confident as Robin. You should have introduced Jordan as a lawyer. Right. Because I understand why Andy is upset. You gonna force me onto a bus, call my bluff, force me to get down and dirty with you, and then you're not gonna call me? No. How are you going to introduce the perfect man for Andy? Yes, I'm saying it. How are you going to introduce the perfect man for Andy and then lower the bar with every other nigga that comes after? She either should have ended up with Paris, right? Because if you want to humble her and say that she's too high and mighty, you should have got her with Paris. Paris was very attractive and he was very confident in himself. So that way, the only difference is that he doesn't make as much money. Isn't that what you're trying to say, Tyler Perry? Black women don't need to be with men who have money. They just need to be with men who have strong morals. Paris was right there. And at least Paris was attractive. Paris was right there. But no, we had to be with Gary, the rich abuser. Because Tyler Perry loves to make rich men a boo-boo-ers. You love to make rich men a boo-boo-ers. So I say no more Gary because he's in a boo-boo-er. Then you bring in Robin, whose only fault was that he saw a little bit of Andy's history and thought she was a little loose. Can you blame him? But Andy has a thing about being called loose. So she mentally erases him. Now we're here with Jordan, who is a downgrade of Robin. Tyler, you should have introduced Robin. Or a Robin archetype. Sorry, not Robin, Jordan. You should have introduced a Jordan archetype as a lawyer first, have him be on her level, and then throw him away, and then introduce Jordan. But honestly, the only people I could see Andy with is Paris or Robin. But you threw away Paris super duper quickly. Spittily. And now we're here with Jordan, and I do not care. Paris and Robin are the only contenders for Andy in terms of character development and one true pairings. If you wanted to do character development, you should have given her more time with Paris. And if you wanted to find true love, Robin was right there. I don't understand it. Trash. Basura. Baka. I don't like Jordan. I'm sorry. I knew I said I was supposed to give him more time. And sure, I'm going to continue to watch. So that's technically giving him more time, is it not? But he's not. The way you're erasing Robin doesn't make sense to me, because Robin is Andy's exact type. The only problem is he's her boss. That's the only problem. And for me, it's a TV show, so I personally don't care. But whatever. Okay, so for some reason I almost forgot the best character of the show. I can't believe it. But let's just get into Hayden and Tamara very quickly. I liked the scene. I think Tamara is very interesting because Tyler Perry once again is doing that thing where somebody's supposed to be one way but then they're portrayed as another. Tamara is supposed to be dumb, and yes, her continuing to play around with Hayden this way is stupid, because the deeper she gets in it, when she get caught up, Hayden might actually, do some legal charges, which is why people are hoping that they actually fall for each other so that Hayden is less likely to do so. But even her saying, let's not act like our parents did, let's trust each other. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting angle to go about it. That's very interesting. I think I would like for them to fall for each other. However, considering that she's not talking to Fatima anymore, I don't know how we would get that inner monologue of her actually falling for Hayden. So it's giving that that's not gonna happen, and that Hayden's just gonna find out one day, or she gonna run off with his money one day. So she tricked him. She got him to not take any of his money away from her for now. But you know how this show goes. He's gonna go back and forth with this decision for another season. Gary's gonna be like, no, you should do the post note. You should do it. They're just gonna go back and forth with cringy dialogue. But I did think it was a really cute scene. I was very interested in what was going to happen with them. I wished it would have been longer. But it brought up a bigger question for me, which is the whole thing of a lot of the relationships in this show are like Tamara and Hayden's. And in what way? Let me explain, right? Tamara and Hayden are just a sexual relationship. They don't have anything in common except the fact that they've been in bad relationships and they are sexually attracted for sex. And I'm just saying this on Hayden's side because we don't know if Tamara's attracted to him. But a lot of the relationships in the show are like that, right? A lot of times Andy would get with people because they had money and because the sex was good. Andy got with everybody because the sex was good. Preston was the only person who she tried to get to know him, which is how she realized that they didn't have that much in common. But what kept her was the sex, which is why I really wanted them to have character development. They were getting there, they were getting deeper, but Tyler said F that. Karen got with Aaron, and even though that was the perfect relationship to dig deeper into her character, have her get some real healing, it just became, well, I can't fuck you and I really want to fuck you. And this is just to say, in the beginning, when she was interested in him, right? When she was interested in him and not necessarily thinking about Zach in the forefront, when she did like Pastor Aaron, she wanted to sleep with him a lot. And then she gained 5% of respect for him and decided not to, but he didn't want to lose her, so he was willing to drop them draws. And he liked her, and he's a guy, and guys are always willing to drop them draws. So a lot of the relationships are super duper sex based. Like even Sabrina, like, right, the nice one, right? She slept around with Calvin a few times. It wasn't working out. Her and Calvin don't even really have that much in common, I would say, but like it's just the sex. She liked Jabari, and before her friends walked in on her getting the peen from Jabari was just gonna dick her down. And this is not to say that it's the girl's fault. They meet a lot of men, but Tyler, what is the point, right? You bring all your propaganda nonsense into this show, talking about how, you know, women should lower their standards and date down, which is stupid because black women already do that. They're one of the few communities that do that so openly that anybody telling them otherwise is crapped upon immediately. Of course, sometimes some women come back to it and it's like, maybe we shouldn't have crapped on that immediately. Maybe we should do a little higher standards, a little bit, raise it a little bit. But in other cultures, and I'm not saying to say that other cultures don't date down, they do, but they're not taught to do that. Not on a large scale. They're taught to date up to whatever their standards are, right? So if you're in a trailer park, somebody who makes like $100,000 a year, that's dating up. Try to find somebody who makes like 80 to 100,000 a year. Oh, if you're rich, there's somebody who just as rich as you or richer. Or if you're middle class, find somebody who is middle class or a little bit higher. And we are the only ones who are like, the bus driver is cool. The poor man on the street who might not be that ugly is cool. The man who makes way less than you is cool. It's like we're told to date at our level and below. And you're lucky if you can find at your level, like a guy who makes just as much as you. So to me, I'm just like, you are keep on perpetuating all these stereotypes for women. How about you say to the niggas, hey, level up a little bit. Maybe go to school, at least. Or get some trade that'll help you make a certain amount of money. You ain't gotta be Tyler Perry rich, but you ain't gotta be that nigga on the side of the street looking like Squidward. Spare change. Come on. So to me, I feel like he has all of this stuff for women, and now he started to, well, I don't know if he's starting. I haven't watched all of his other shows. Maybe that propaganda has always been in there, but now he's like beginning to really just be like propaganda. And he's like, well, give the niggas some propaganda too. Level up, nigga. Level up. At least Jordan got some money. He's not dirt poor, right? I was just crapping on him a little bit, but at least he's not dirt poor, right? So for me, I'm like, make the relationships deeper. Make them have some things in common. Do that, please. I'm begging you to do it. Make the relationships deeper. It can't just be sex and maybe money, whether it's lack of money or no. Like, come on, it can't just be sex, Tyler Perry. That is so surface level and boring, bro. I've seen deeper romantic stuff in shows for teenagers and children. How did you do? What? Whatever. I didn't want to bring up though, because I didn't watch the full ad. I just saw clips of it. I saw Dumbo. I know I wasn't going to call him Dumbo anymore, but Tyler, you did this. Dumbo, aka Tony, tell Danny, you seem like the type of woman that wants a black man. Do you see what I'm talking about, guys? Do you see what I'm talking about? This is not me being extra. This is not me trying to spin a narrative. This is not me talking out the side of my booty cheeks. This is what he is doing. So you kept Preston around just so you could push the narrative of black love. Doesn't make any sense to me. Didn't you do a movie where the girl had to fight her family to be with that white man she was with? So you can't just have one of the girls date out, just one? I'm not asking for all of them to date out. They can all be with niggas, I don't care. But if you introduce that they can't date out, at least make one of them date out. Why do they have to be a monolith? I wish that one of them was a little bit more aesthetically different, right? Like they weren't all just pastel-y black women who sometimes wear glitter. Beige, black women who wear beige. Like, can we get like a super duper, I don't know, like differences of character? Why they all gotta be so similar? This is tiring. This is tiring. And if it is that there were too many light-skinned niggas in their men to pick, and so you wanted to diversify it, Sabrina is right there. Rich is right there. Okay? Andy don't need Jordan, in my personal opinion. She doesn't need him. Like, I don't care for that. I don't. Next, Karen had Aaron. Now, you could change that. But Karen is so terrible that you'd have to change Karen first before you enter in another man. Preston is a great man. And I feel like it would have been so cool if him and Danny could have actually worked everything out. But no. No. Work it out? For what? Tyler. Too many stereotypes. Too much nonsense. I'm not into it. Do better, please. I'm begging you to do better. It's so tiring and it's so annoying. And I just have to sit here and just take all the pushes that you're giving me. And it's like, I understand you have to write it quick. But stop putting all this stupid propaganda into it. Why is Tony commenting on the fact that she looks like she wants a black man? Are you jealous? Sir? Are you jealous that a white man with money, because we know Preston got money, that a white man with money wants her? And this is what I was saying in the last episode about black women raising their standards all the way up to the Eiffel Tower when they date out. There was episodes ago where she just kept asking Preston for stuff. Like when they decided they was going to date a little bit. Apparently this wasn't when they were, because Danny's like, we were never official. Yeah, but you was asking him to pay all your bills though. I've never heard Danny ask any of the other men that she was trying with to do anything. Well, it never was that serious with them. Okay. So when she get with Tony, I'ma see if Tony can pay all her bills. Oh no, he can't. But he works at the airport, so she wouldn't ask him to pay all the bills. That doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is, why would she downgrade? It's because they can smoke and listen to hip hop? Okay, thank you. She's gonna leave a man who can literally pay all her bills, no problem, no worries, to get with a nigga just because she can talk about Tupac and he don't look crazy when he smoke a blunt. That's what I'm supposed to prefer her with? This is what I'm saying. We need more depth of character. If there was more depth, maybe you bring in Tony and he has something that we need to see out of Danny. I don't see Tony and Danny being together as like something big and new that's going to like boof her character. She doesn't change when she's with Tony. She changed for the better when she's with Preston. Even though her and Preston seem not to have that much in common, she becomes a better person when she is entangled and focused with him. I don't see her becoming a better person being with Tony. I just see her being with Tony, feeding that side of her that feels like she needs to be pro-noir. I'm bored, Tyler. I'm so bored. Anyways, I did want to add in here that I will be making separate videos during the week about things that I forgot to say or things that I'm thinking about after the show. A lot of other channels do this. I've never done it because I've gotten out most of my thoughts. But considering how boring these episodes are getting, I'll be thinking about stuff after the fact. And so I will just be saying them. Whether it's the past, the present, or the future, I will be having an opinion or two. So prepare for those videos. Yeah. Haha. Anyways, guys, this is a short episode, but not a lot really happened. I'm sure everything will get more explosive next week because people are going to be called 60 bag of BITCHs and all of that. But please tell me what you think down below. You're not going to change my mind, but I might see where you're coming from. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next week on another Sistas Saturday. And goodbye, my sires. Susu.